Hi, Ed here. Today I'm auditing first for roofing website, and this one is actually not bad. There's a solid foundation, but there's some critical mistakes that are quietly killing their conversion. So I'm going to show you how to improve your website conversion rate by using the exact checklist I've used for all my clients' websites to achieve conversion rates over 25%, meaning every 100 visitors that land on their website gets turn into at least 25 leads, 25 calls. Okay, let's get straight into it. So the first thing I like to look at is the page structure and navigation. In this case, if it has a good and logical structure, meaning top banner, which has the phone number, address, and an email. In this case, it has the phone numbers and the email, so it gets a pass. Hero with a headline plus sub-headline and a call to action and phone number, which is optional. So this part right here after the navigation bar and the banner. So in this case, it has a headline, a sub-headline, and the call to action button, meaning the button they click to do a certain action. In this case, you would just need a verb to say call us now for a free quote, contact us for a free quote, something like that, more beneficial, more action-based, which I will go into more detail in a bit. But it has the phone number. So statistics, meaning it would be this section here, meaning it would be something like this. So showing the how many projects you've completed, how many roof jobs you've done over your 25 years of experience. You could also show how many satisfied clients you've had. You also can show the years of experience instead of just saying that you have many years of experience. That just doesn't build that much trust as it's saying the actual number. That's why I actually put this here. So instead of saying you have many years of experience, you should change that to actual number, saying that you have that experience, because that will help sell your service more, help build that trust even more, and hopefully get you that lead. Extensive knowledge also doesn't convey that much, but extensive knowledge about what? Because that can mean so many things. So you should change the copy to be a bit more specific. Fully insured, okay, we can understand what's that. So now we move on to why chooses. So you have that, so it gets a pass. Section, perfect. Social proof, you have it below here. How it works, you don't have, so it would be to show the steps. Let me see if I show you example. So it would be something like this. So they actually know what you do after they contact you. So in this case would be contact us 24/7, 1 hour call out, and then the issue would be sorted, problem solved, same thing here, initial consultation, the inspection, the proposal, and then the execution. So they actually know what the steps are not in the dark. So you remove friction from them and they understand the process. They will give you that lead because they are well informed about the process. And if you don't have it, they will go to the competitor, which informs them better. So that's one thing this website needs. So contact form only on contact page. It should be in the money pages, meaning home page and your service page. In this case, you don't have. It's only on that contact section, contact page. And you want to have it after the reviews, because they read the reviews. They know how great of a service you have, how great people rated your service, and then that's the correct spot to have them fill out the information to give you. That's the spot they will be trusting you the most. So moving on, FAQ or gallery. In this case, you have it here. Perfect. So you have the FAQ, don't have a gallery, but that's a bit more optional. Just to go into a bit more details for like frequently asked questions, you actually have some good ones here. Just some are pretty SEO-y, like do you have any reviews? This is not frequently asked questions because they can just see it, and then you maybe can have a review page. But yeah, can first for roofing do flat roof repairs? Yeah, that's a good question. So if they want to know, again, who provides affordable roofing service in Hull? This is clearly SEO focused, even though your website doesn't have any SEO that I can see, because your sitemap only has one page, and then you have around less than 10 pages, which is not enough for SEO. And again, where to get emergency services, this could be rephrased to a bit more focused on people, on their needs, on their problems, instead of search engines, instead of talking to a robot, which all these questions read a bit like that. And if they read a bit like that, other people are thinking that, and they won't get that trust because the website just seems a bit confusing, the copy in this case. And moving on, we have the footer. Yeah, perfect. It's here. Navigation, this is another checklist. So navigation is easy and intuitive in this case. I didn't give it a pass because even though there's this sticky navigation bar, which actually is the second checklist, because it follows the user and it's easy to click on the information, but the filter lacks links. So if they are here, they won't be able to navigate to your website. There's no link to your other pages throughout the website, so just there isn't quite there yet. There are some pages that are missing that I would consider essential: about us page, reviews page, gallery, even FAQ page. So that's why the navigation is just not the best. Also, the call to actions, meaning these buttons here, they just don't have any type of information. In this case, okay, it is an icon and the phone number, but it doesn't have an action, so telling what the user should do. And you have this, it's the same as this, it's the same color, but then you have this get in touch, same color, contact us now. It's just super confusing because people don't know which one is your main action and which one are navigation, because they employ the same color. But we will go about this in the next sections. So as I said, sticky navigation bar is present. Yeah, perfect. It follows the user, as you can see. No usage of carousels. In this case, it doesn't get a pass because you use it here, and this will hinder performance. It hides information. That's why I don't like it, and most people won't click to see this, so they won't know you have more reviews. And it's better to just expose the reviews you have instead of having to click here and having delayed performance because of this carousel. So you could do something like this. As you can see, it shows the places where they got the reviews, the ratings, average, the name, the photo, the date, the rating, and the text, which is what everyone wants to know. And it will build more trust because it isn't hidden. Moving on, no intrusive pop-ups. In this case, you don't have any type of pop-up, so that's perfect. When I load the page, there's nothing here that will annoy me, will pop up. So yeah, that gets a pass. Design is consistent. Yeah, there's no problem there. Besides these buttons here, which it's a bit more of separation instead of consistency, I guess. Could be both. Page load is optimized. In this case, it isn't. So 66 on mobile and it should be 85 plus. 82 on desktop should be 90 plus. And if you go look at this website, which tells me that the scores, so as you can see, 67. Okay, it actually improved on my second audit. It's because it's cached. Probably you have some type of caching, because on my first audit it gave me this score. So with caching, so meaning if I visit again, the performance will be a bit better. But what matters is the first impression, because if the first impression is bad, you won't get their lead. In this case, you can see how much it takes to load: 6.6 seconds to load everything, and the speed index, meaning the speed it takes to load the first part, is 3.6 seconds. That's too much, and you will lose leads because after 1 second it's just too much, and this will lose you around more than half of your potential leads. And on mobile, you have to remember that's where most leads will come from. So you're losing half of your leads because of the page speeds, and then you're losing half of your leads because of the poor mobile performance. So one thing you should focus on is removing that carousel, improving the images so they are compressed, and using web standards. You can do this and then just convert to WebP. You upload your files here, convert to WebP, and this will make, and then swap out the image. They will retain the quality and they will load much faster and improve your website's performance. Moving on, page is mobile friendly. Yeah, there's no problem there. Let me show. Let's just do refresh. Yeah, there's no problem there. I just can't click on some things because I'm on desktop simulating a mobile environment. But yeah, there's no problem there for mobile, at least on the desktop. Moving on to copy and content. So above the fold, answer the 4 Ws. So who are you? In this case, professional roofing company. What do you do? Roofing. Trusted roofing company with a solution for all your roofing needs. Where are you located? Hull and surrounding areas. Why should I keep scrolling? What's the benefit? Reliable solution for all roofing needs. Altium delivers quality services at competitive prices. Reliable solutions. So yeah, those are covered. That's why that gets a pass. Next one, copy is benefit driven to the visitor and uses more use and less we language, meaning it focuses more on the visitor and less how good your company is, meaning focusing on the problems the visitor has, the needs they have, instead of how good your company is. In this case, here are some bad examples with complete rephrases. We provide reliable solutions for all roofing needs. Instead, I rephrase it to get a roof you can rely on, built to protect your home for decades to come. As you can see, that speaks more to their problems, to their needs, their wants, and it's focused on things they really care. Again, we specialize in everything from new roofing installations to repairs and maintenance. I swapped it to whatever your roof needs, new installation, repair or maintenance, you're covered. We got you covered. You could do something even like that. In this case, it would speak again to their problems. Here are some ones. If you want to go over them, I will just leave it here. Here's a good example. On your website, we protect your property with professional and affordable roofing solutions. Yeah, that's perfect. That's what you should focus on the rest of your copy, because the copy matters and they should be able to get the information they want and tell that you actually are focused on them and on the you can solve their problems, their needs. Moving on, no jargon, written at a reading level your customer understands. Yeah, there's no problem there, nothing too complicated. Urgency or scarcity is present in the text, in the page. In this case, it would be emergency roof repairs. You have this here. You have then emergency roof repair section, so that gets a pass. Text is readable. Important parts are highlighted. Bullet points are used instead of long paragraphs. Paragraphs are 2 to 3 lines max. Even here, you can see this is not 2 to 3 lines max. You can see it's not bolden the important part. This is a part you should focus on, because things like here in the about us section, you could do just this part here, the title, and then this sub-headline, and then you could do bullet points for commitment to quality and affordability. This would be a bullet point. Excellent customer service. This would be another bullet point. Preferred choice for homeowners and businesses, maybe another bullet point. We ensure every job is completed to the highest standard, another bullet point. And these would be much better readable. You could do something like this. You can see it's much more readable than just having a lot of text. Again, with some icons, maybe something like this. Super readable, super scannable, because most people won't read blocks of text. As you know, the attention span is diminishing. You want to focus on making it super easy to read and super quick, because for an emergency, they just want to see super fast what they need and then call you. For things like the emergencies, they just want to go over the website super fast and see if you have the correct information, if you have the things they are looking for, and they will call you without reading too much. Next one is photos are real, not stock, showcasing actual job photos, before and after shots and events. In this case, you have pretty much nailed this. So yeah, all the good photos, no stock images, so that's perfect. One thing that I would like to have is a name owner team photo present from people actually in your team, because people buy from people, they want to see a face put to your company. Again, this helps build trust, and the more trust they have with your company, the more likely they are to call you or give you the information through a contact form. Social proof and trust. Social proof is spread throughout the page, accolades, awards, reviews. In this case, you only have reviews here, so that's why it doesn't get a pass. You actually have I believe Guild of Master Craftsmen, so you're a proud member of that. You can display that, so because people might recognize that badge, and that's a good thing to have exposed on your website instead of just having a copy. You can show the logo or even your certification. Trust badges are visible in the first sections of your page, meaning qualifications, user experience, jobs done. In this case, again, it would be the statistics, and if I go here, qualifications, you don't have any. Years of experience you do actually have. With years of experience in this industry, again, this copy should be rephrased to 25 if you have 25 years, backed by 25 years experience, so you should focus on that part. You don't have jobs done, things like that, so, or projects completed. Let me see, large scale project, so yeah, We handle projects of all sizes. So yeah, there's no much numbers. You should focus on that on the website instead of hiding them behind many years of experience. Moving on, reviews are placed before the contact form. We already talked about this because it helps build that trust so they can give you the information. And the reviews should include the source, if they're from Google, Yelp, image, text, date, and are relevant to the current page. So if you're doing a flat roof repair, if you have flat roof reviews, put them there instead of something like gutter cleaning, gutter repairs. Next one, guarantees and risk aversion are stated explicitly, meaning satisfaction guarantees, warranty, license, insured. You actually have this in the text, that's why that gets a pass, fully insured. You are proud members of guilds of craftsmanship, so that's actually a way of telling you are licensed. So yeah, that's why that gets a pass. Call to actions. This is what I talked about earlier about this. So a clear main call to action, and it stands out visually from the page as an action verb and some benefit. In this case, this is the main action because this is what the main that you see, the main that you want. I'm guessing which is to call you because that's the most prevalent one. It stands out visually, okay, that's good, but it doesn't have any type of text, meaning there's just the numbers and the icon, and it doesn't have any benefit. Like I said, if you just swap this text here and put it here and then the number below it, it would be perfect because it has that benefit, it has that action verb, and people would call you because they know what to do next. In this case, they just see a number, okay. It's not so convincing as having this here. Or you can even do focus on the emergency service, contact us for an emergency service, things like that. But at least you need to have the action verb and the benefit. In this case, if you have free quotes, always put that there. Yes, people love free things. Secondary call to action exists for visitors not ready to convert. See our work, read reviews. In this case, you actually have get in touch. So this would be maybe this color here, maybe it would be just the outline, but it would need to be different than the main one because people are used to certain things and they know the brightest one, the biggest one, the one with the brightest color, the deeper color is usually the main action, and the one faded outline, it usually means to navigate to the secondary action. And in this case, it just needs overall of the colors to actually help you get more leads, because call to actions, I actually made a video on this on my YouTube channels, are one of the things that are messing in a lot of websites, and they, because of that, and or are missing or done wrong, and because of that they lose a lot of leads. Call to actions are present throughout the page, at least it's present throughout the pages, so that gets a pass. Footer as a final call to action, it actually has this banner here, just needs that improved copy. Contact and forms, contact information is easy to find. Yeah, there's the numbers, there's the email, so yeah, even if I scroll, it's there, so that's perfect. And contact links, use the correct attributes, meaning if I click here on my mobile, it would go to my dial, if I click here, it would go to my Gmail, so that's perfect. And the forms are kept to form fields are kept to a minimum. In this case, 5, that's perfect, because the more forms fields you have, the more fiction you create, and the less leads you will have. Footer includes opening, closing hours, doesn't also include company information, name, address, things like that, a bit of a description about your company. Footer as the main page, links, about us, review, no. Footer links to service page, again no. Footer links to service areas, no. Again, if you want to focus on these things like the FAQ for SEO, you should have the pages, the links to those pages, because if you don't have, Google or other search engines won't be able to read your website properly, and you won't get any type of SEO benefit even if you have the keywords. So that's something to focus on if you want to have that SEO benefit. Footer includes contact information, yeah, there's the numbers and the email. Accessibility, page is readable, viewable, and accessible. There's no problem there. Even here you can see you have 97 accessibility, 97, so there's no problem there. It's pretty readable. Just some colors like here would be a bit more beneficial, a bit more clear. Some other notes: your social links in FAQ are not are for sharing. Basically, if I click here, I need to write a okay, this one I actually have to log in because I don't have LinkedIn. But as you can see here, I have to share your company. It's so weird. I should be able to see your profile instead of having to share your company that I don't know nothing about. So yeah, that's something to improve. And the sticky buttons here has reached the limit. So when I click here, reach the website limit, what this tells me as a visitor, maybe your website doesn't serve any purpose anymore. Maybe you're out of business. Maybe you don't exist anymore because if you can't pay this service or at least remove it, maybe you just aren't available. That's what it tells me. So, and that will lose you a lot of conversions if people click or see that information. It just doesn't scream professionalism if you're not on top of your website, because website is a salesperson, and if it's not on top of its game, you will lose a lot of leads, and you don't want that. That's pretty much it. Just the main things I would focus on is improving that page speed, so converting those images and compressing with tiny PNG. Then I would focus on improving these call to actions buttons, so it's clear that the main action you want is them to call you. Improve a bit of the copy, and focus also on their benefit and on their problems instead of for search engines first, and remove the carousel. Those are the main things I would focus on because they will improve your performance, and they will speak to the customer, and they will tell them the potential customer, and they will tell them the actions they need to take, meaning the actions you want them to take, which is to get that lead to call you. If you want me to audit your website, drop your URL in the comments and I'll take a look. And if you want a private call with me so I can go over your website privately, you also have the link to book a call with me in the description below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more audits like this one.